What camera should you buy? Is this thing on? Can you guys hear me? Are you guys out there? Are you listening? Pay attention. This is important. I keep getting asked the same question. I think it's on. You're here right now because somebody LOVEs you. Either that or they're just trying to be very snarky and not answer your question. Because you probably asked something similar to the following. Hey, so-and-so, which camera should I buy? They sent you this link because I'm gonna go ahead and answer your question, and the best camera to take the photos that you wanna take is none of them. But the truth is, you wanna take better photographs, and that has nothing to do with this and everything to do with this. And I don't mean male pattern baldness. That's something that I'm dealing with on the side. That's a long story. Taking better pictures is 10% about this guy, and it's 90% about you. That means that getting a nicer camera when you don't have the knowledge and the education to actually utilize it is basically gonna yield you with higher resolution garbage. That's really it. Let me relate this to you in another way. If you wanted to become a better basketball player, you probably wouldn't go out and buy a better pair of sneakers, or at least you wouldn't think that that's gonna make you a better basketball player. Unless you get Jordans, we all know that those do make you a better basketball player. Truth. In the same way, going out and buying an induction stove and spending 10 grand on all sorts of kitchen gadgetry is not gonna turn you into Gordon Ramsay. Yet, for some reason, all of the images that you see here, you think in your head that that has something to do with this. Do you know why? Because camera companies are fantastic marketers. They've got us thinking that what we need to create the images up here is more of this. Not quite. Because what if I asked you this? Can you guys tell the difference between these two images? One of these images was shot with a $1,000 camera setup, which currently could be bought for hundreds of dollars. The other one was a $5,000 professional camera and lens combo. Do you know which is which? Or how about these images here? What if I told you that every one of these images was lit with the flashlight on your mobile device? We actually have a video for it. There are countless videos that demonstrate the camera is simply a tool, but you still probably don't believe me. And even if you do, this video, at least up to this point, has not provided a solution. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a roadmap. I'm gonna give you a pathway on the things that I think are gonna get you to the place that you wanna go the quickest. I'm also gonna give you several different resources. So as you check out this video, go to the article, we're gonna give you books, we're gonna give you tutorials, everything to give you a roadmap on how to capture the images that you see in your mind. Once you've understood the basics of controlling your shutter speed, aperture, and ISO, and you understand the exposure triangle, it's time to jump into the basics of composition. And I'm talking about more than just the rule of thirds. It's just that there's so much more out there. You have diagonals, leading lines, symmetry, geometric objects, triangles, circular patterns. You have so much there in terms of composition, and that doesn't even touch on things like lighting and color theory and everything else that you can use to draw in the viewer's eyes into a photograph. Number two is lighting. Photography itself, the word etymology, is a light drawing. Photography is the study and the capturing of light. And I don't care if you are a natural light photographer. Maybe that's all you want to shoot. Still study how to add light. By going through that process of learning lighting, how to add light, how to make it look different ways, you can better see natural light. And if you decide to add light into your scene, you'll know exactly how to do it to achieve the look that you're going for. Number three is learning how to pose and direct your subjects. This is one of those things that can never be outsourced to the camera, to this guy. Cameras are getting better and better, and the more that you can take away from the camera in terms of making it your own, the more chance you're gonna actually have in being a great photographer and keeping your job. If you can do these things like pose and direct, those are things that a camera can't do. Interacting with your subject. How do you place your subject? How do you get them into a good and flattering pose, or a pose that matches the story you're trying to tell? These are things, along with the directing and communicating side, that nobody else can really emulate. The camera can't do that. Other photographers could try to copy what you're doing, but the way that you do it is always going to be unique and specific to you, making you an extremely valuable commodity. Number four, that's technically 8, but who's counting, is post-processing. Post-processing is as much of an art form as the actual capture and production of the image you're trying to create. Now, I'm not saying to fix it in post. What I'm saying is that post can help us to achieve results that would be impossible otherwise. But post-processing, that's its own monster in and of itself. Finally, once you've gotten those things down, move on to advanced topics like color theory, like specific genres of photography that you want to focus on, and nuances of that arena. Now here is the kicker, so stop for just a moment. When you guys have gotten to this place, when you have learned how to create the images that are in your head, when you have understood these different concepts, and believe me that this is a lifelong learning process. There is no, I've learned everything there is to know about light. If anybody ever says anything to that effect, just walk the other way. They have no clue what they're talking about. The more I learn about these subjects, the more I understand that I know nothing. But when you get to that place where you've learned a fair amount and you can take what's in this and you can put it down and you can create an image that's a great representation of what's in your mind, that's the place to look at upgrading your camera. When the camera is actually something that is holding you back from achieving your vision, that's when it's worth upgrading. Or if it's something that's gonna speed up your workflow, or if it's something that's gonna give you that last 10% of image quality that you need for a particular client, those are the times to upgrade your camera, to upgrade your lenses, to get better gear, when it's to make your life better or to help you get that extra 10% quality you need out of your images. That's when you go and upgrade your gear. Best part about this, even if you went crazy on your education, it's not gonna cost you nearly as much as the thousands of dollars camera makers want you to spend on their gear. In addition, the knowledge that you gain through that education is gonna serve you for decades ahead, whereas the gear in front of you is gonna serve you for maybe just a couple of years. For those that like online education, at SR Lounge we have a library of the best portrait, wedding, and business education. In addition, within this article, we're gonna include some links to some of our favorite f-stopper tutorials. On top of that, we're gonna link you to books and other resources that we think will be fantastic along your journey. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the SR Lounge YouTube channel, go over to srlounge.com. You gotta be kidding me. Aaron just asked, is it worth it to jump on that $999 Sony a7 II deal? I kid you not. I swear nobody's listening. You know what? Just take our favorite gear, our favorite lenses, our favorite everything, all the stuff that we use, just put it into this article as well so it's all in one damn place.
It's okay, Pi. It's okay.
No, that's not okay. No, I'm done. I'm
Pi,
done.
sorry. Pi.
I'm done.
Pi,
I'm
you
done.
gotta close it off.
They're not listening.
Pi, you gotta
They're
close
not
it off.
listening. My name is Pi. Go read the article. Follow the education. I don't know. Buy whatever gear the freak you want. Bye. If you have a friend thinking what camera should they buy, feel free to send them this video. Be that snarky friend that says, you know what? I'm not going to answer that question. This person is. And by this person, I mean this person.